will, cut away everything prior to this.
Oh, I'll definitely keep some for fun.
Please don't.
Okay. Hi, guys. Hi, sis.
Hi.
Welcome back to my channel. My name is Yasa. I'm a violinist. You know my story. I moved to the United States 10 years ago, and in this pandemic, I was so bored out of my wits that I started Med Academy by Yasa, where I talk about everything in the world. And basically, my two countries, Russia and America, but also music, also poetry, and also, of course, just broadening our horizons about the world and how people live on this little beautiful blue planet. And I wanted for you guys to meet my beautiful sister. So the story here, she is my cousin, but in Russia we have a word sister for cousins. So we actually call each other sisters. And no matter what people say, she's my little sister. She's only, by the way, she's only like a couple of months younger than me, but she's still my little sister, of course. Let's see if she hates when I call her little sister. Hi, little sister.
Hi, older sister. No, I actually love it. It makes me feel younger. I just turned 30, so if you call me little sister, I feel like fabulous.
Perfect. And it makes me feel good too, because I have an older brother. So I always was the youngest, and having just little sister makes me like I'm this, caring motherly figure, which I'm not.
I've always looked up to you as my older sister, and since childhood,
Tell the world how I was pranking you.
Oh yeah, I'm a little traumatized. There was this juice in powder form in little pouches, and you were supposed to mix it with water. And she once said that if that powder spills, everybody will be poisoned around us. It will enter the air, and etc. And we were like, I don't know, 4 or 5, I don't know, something like that. And I completely panicked. I started opening all the windows because I spilled it. I started yelling to everybody, "You're gonna die!" And I think Yasa doesn't remember this at all, but to me, it's like one of the stronger memories from my childhood.
Oh my goodness! Oh gosh, let me apologize to the whole wild world for this. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to traumatize you.
It's good memories.
It's a good memory to share now, right?
Yeah.
So Claudia. She and I call her Klasha because in Russia we have diminutive forms for many names, and in our family it's Klasha. And Klasha also, actually you have many names, right? Klasha lives in Finland, and tell us your Finnish name.
Claudia, so Claudia. So actually, yeah.
What's the deal with Minna?
Minna is like a second name that I got in my childhood. Because in kindergarten, we hadn't come up with Claudia yet. So it was difficult for children to pronounce my Russian name, Klavdia and Klasha. And I had a best friend in kindergarten whose name was Minni. And I want to be Minna and Minni. And Minna is a very common Finnish name. So I don't know how, I don't think it took a lot of convincing as a 4-year-old or under to convince my parents to add a second name. So now, Claudia Minna.
I can imagine those meetings of negotiations when you were 4.
I have no recollection, but apparently that's how it... I remember I had a friend whose name was Minni and I want to be Minna, but I don't remember the negotiations. I think I just said I wanted it and they went right ahead.
Oh, that's a beautiful name. And Claudia is such a beautiful name too. I remember we were comparing you to Claudia Schiffer, a famous model at that time.
Well, I'm almost the same.
Oh, you're much better. I always show you pictures to my friends and always expect them to react like, oh my goodness, is she single?
They never do, right?
No, they all. No. Some of my friends actually do think you're incredibly beautiful, and they were asking me if you're single, but I had to tell them that you're actually spoken for, and too late. Oh well.
Too late. Yep.
Well, Klaus, tell us, you live in Finland, and
Yeah.
But you don't live in Finland, you're Finnish, and tell us a little bit how the world works there with pandemic. I mean, are you guys wearing masks wherever you go? What's going on there? Is everything open?
Well, I mean, we're definitely doing better than most or many countries in the world. For example, like today we had, actually wrote it down, today we had 271 new cases for the entire Finland, and there are 5 million people living here. And 75 of them are here where I live in the capital, Helsinki. And so it's not too bad, but the government takes the situation seriously. And there was a bit of a spike in November. There were like between 400 and 500 cases every day. And since then, they've kind of started with some new restrictions, like all like public or facilitated by the city, you know, cultural venues, sports centers and things like that are closed. Libraries only operate like in a very limited way. So things are kind of closed. Also malls, some areas are restricted, so people like don't hang around, you know, too much. Like you can't sit down and hang in the mall and just go do your business and get out, basically. And since this fall we've had the mask recommendation. In spring we didn't have it, but yes, there's a strong mask recommendation in, you know, places where you can't do social distancing. So yes.
I see. I remember it's so nice in Finland. It's our favorite thing to do, right? To go to a mall and just hang out there with a cup of coffee, or you know, something like that.
You can still do that now. You know, you can go to cafes, etc., but it's not recommended. And like maybe a month ago, we still did that. We went to cafes, but right now, the government sort of wants to save Christmas, so it's best to avoid it. It's recommended not to go. So, but pretty much, I mean, I don't think it's comparable, for example, to Russia or the US. Like things are pretty much sort of normal-ish here. Most people who have the opportunity to work remotely do so. But you know, you can go out, you can go places, you can do everything you want to do. It's just not recommended.
I see. Yeah, I keep checking the numbers in Florida. I live in Florida, and it was 13,000 yesterday. So numbers just seems to be, everyone by now have to be sick, right? If numbers rise every day, 13,000. Wow. I guess. It's just.
It's crazy. You have 13,000 for one state, and we have for 200 something.
Yeah, crazy.
For the whole nation.
I guess we're just all gonna get it in some form, and that's what the government is hoping for, that we're just gonna get it and move on.
Well, that's not the hope here. Here, everybody's waiting for the vaccine, which they'll start vaccinating next Sunday on 27th.
Well, tell me, sis, are you gonna get the vaccine? Because I'm talking to a lot of people here, and they hesitant. They tell me, you know, I don't know if I even gonna get it. What's your view on that? I think
I will get it, more so for, you know, my parents' sake, and so to protect them. I think I will get it, but there's, you know, time to see how people react to the vaccine, because, you know, as in, I think in the States, the first people that are going to be vaccinated are the, you know, healthcare workers and people like elderly and people in the risk group. So there's some time to see, you know, the effects of the vaccine.
Is it the same vaccine as in US?
I'm not sure, actually. I think there might be.
We approved Moderna and we approved Pfizer, I think.
Yeah, well, I think Pfizer is one, definitely, that's coming soon. Yeah, I'm not sure which of the vaccines it is coming, the first one that's coming now on 27th, but maybe Pfizer.
And you guys started it already, right? The medical workers already getting the vaccine?
No, on 27th, next Sunday, they will start getting it, so yeah.
I love hearing your accent. I can hear a little bit of Finnish in there. I know you speak many languages. How many do you speak?
Four, I guess. Four: English, Swedish, Finnish, and Russian. I don't count French because I can't.
Don't
I
be
gave
too modest. Come on, you speak French too.
I don't speak French. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what accent I have really.
Parlez-vous français?
No. Je ne parle pas français.
Judging by that answer, I feel like you do. All right.
Really.
And what about your mom? How many languages does your mom speak?
My mom? Well, English, Finnish, a little bit of Swedish. Then she has a PhD in Latin and classic ancient Greek.
So she actually speaks Latin.
Yeah, she has a degree in Latin and Greek. So
what a smart relatives we have, unbelievable.
Yeah.
And look at us, right?
Yeah.
Such a downgrade, just kidding. Clash, and doesn't she speak French also?
Oh, and French, yes, of course, she speaks French. I've never been asked this question. I've never had to think about like what languages my mom speaks, but yeah, French.
Well, I'm asking because I love to brag about my relatives, so I always say that my aunt speaks 17 languages.
Oh, okay.
So I've been a little bit exaggerating, but not by much.
Oh, well, it's okay. Exaggerate a little.
Well, Clash, tell us in general, people always ask me about the education system and healthcare. I think those are very important areas of life, right? Because education, I feel it's the most important thing, period, because that's what makes our lives better every year, every generation, and that's what we really need to bring to all the places in the world, all the less fortunate countries. So how is the education system in Finland? I heard that it's one of the best in the world. Is that true?
I think so. I think Finland like ranks quite high on all the rankings over like results in school. We're like the other Nordic countries, so we have free education, also university and college. Yeah, it's basically free all the way. In university and in I don't know, what is it, high school, what is it, gymnasium, I don't know the equivalent in America. The American system confuses me, but I think it's like high school. You have to pay for your books and things like that, and in university, but there's no like tuition fees or anything like that. And I think it's mostly also free for international students, although some years ago, I think they started implementing some sort of tuition fee for people coming outside of the European Union. Maybe I'm not exactly sure, but it's still, I don't think it's comparable, for example, with the tuition fees in the States. So yeah, basically.
How are you guys able to keep such a good and really advanced education level and keeping it free? Where does the money come from?
Taxes.
How high are taxes in Finland?
Well, the bigger your income, the higher the tax percent. So many people say it's impossible to get rich in Finland because, like, if you earn a lot, then you can pay 40%, 50% tax. So it's very high, and for like the average person, average salary, the taxes are about, I would say, between like 20 and 30 for like the middle class, upper middle class, 20-30%. And on top of that, that's the tax. There's all kinds of other like social security fees, pension fees, and things like that. So
comparable to US, but you know that education here is not free.
Yeah.
Especially university, it's not free unless you get a scholarship. And how does the education system works in terms of actual courses? Do you guys have exams every trimester, semester? How is it structured?
We're talking about university now, or?
Well, let's talk about actually elementary, middle, and high school.
Okay, I'll gotta try to remember, dig in my memories.
We're so old now, so it's
oh my god, yeah.
Well, for example, here in US, we have projects that kids can work on. They can choose their own project and they, prepare it for a month or so, or even the entire trimester. In Russia, we have different structure of exams. We constantly have to pass exams, and it's more standardized. It's not that everyone have their individual project. How is it in Finland?
Well, I think it's more similar to Russia. So, very, especially like in elementary school and what is it, 7th to 9th grade. So before it's a different system, but 7th to 9th grade, it's, very structured. So everybody gets their like timetable with their classes, and at the end of every course, there are exams, basically.
How many in general?
Sorry? Well, 9 grades, and after that, so 9 grades, and after that is I don't know, what is this gymnasium, that we have in Russia and Finland? What is it like equivalent to in the States?
Probably high school. But if you count gymnasium, how many years?
12 years.
12 years. Oh, I see.
12 years, yeah.
And then 5 years of university or 4 years?
Well, university, 12 years of school, and if you want to do a bachelor's and master's degree for most educations, it's so 2 years bachelor's and or 3, no, so it's 5 years, yeah.
So 3 years of bachelor's and 3 years of master's?
3 years of bachelor's and 2 years of master's, but many people drag it out, the master's degree. That's like the ideal, optimal sort of goal. So 5 years, yeah. But this is just like a standard. For example, my bachelor's degree took officially the ideal time was 4 years just for a bachelor's degree. I did it in 5 because I went on exchange to London. So it really varies. Yeah.
Very interesting. Yes, in the United States, it's 4 years of bachelor's, 2 years of master's. And in Russia, it's 5 years altogether, bachelor's and master's.
Yeah.
Combined. Interesting. All right, so you guys are very smart. 12 years plus 5 or 6 years. It makes, since I can't count, it makes 18 years, almost 17, 18 years. Wow. You must be very smart.
I don't know. No, we're not. No. No, really, as I said, it depends.
Sasha is the smartest, kindest, humblest, and funniest person I know. And just pretty girl.
Well, thank you.
Possible. Yes. You got everything going on for you, girl. Okay, so tell us what you do.
Well, currently I'm actually trying to finish my master's degree in University of Helsinki in culture and communication. And work-wise, I work in media in various roles as a journalist and reporter, social media sort of strategist and things like that, sort of in multiple different roles. And I've worked for quite a while, for over 10 years, quite a lot for our national broadcasting company.
Wow.
I'm still sort of looking for my thing. I'm not sort of stuck anywhere, so to say. Yes.
And I know you also worked a little bit for HBO, right? We know here that company, HBO.
Yes, briefly, I was employed by HBO Nordic last year.
Awesome, amazing. Well, and what about healthcare in Finland? Is that free also?
Yes, for the most part. Yes, it's free and accessible to everybody. There are health centers all around, the city and the country where anybody can go and get their blood tests done, see a doctor, etc. And also dentist it's not entirely free, but they're very small fees, like, I don't know, in dollars, we're talking about tens of dollars, and the same with hospital stays and surgeries. Is just more of a small symbolic fee, some tens of euros. But all the basic kind of doctor appointments and things like that, those are free.
Unbelievable. So the education is free and very high quality. Healthcare is free and very high quality, right?
Well, it's high quality, but I'm still, a lot of people, me included, have, private sort of insurance. Because it's still, there are queues. It takes longer to get treatment. If you first go, you have an issue, you can't go to a specialist right away. You will first be referred to a general practitioner, who will then refer you to a specialist. For example, a cardiologist. So if you want to go straight to the cardiologist's office, it's good to have your own sort of private insurance. So it's very good quality, very high standards, especially in more serious cases, if you need surgery or if you have a serious disease. But I think a lot of people still rely on private health clinics and doctors, just for the sake of convenience, sort of.
Wow, seems like you guys figured it out. High taxes.
There's still a lot of problems. It's like a big topic, the healthcare system here. People are having not all people are happy with it. But of course, if you compare to some other countries, it's of course it's pretty great.
Yeah, wonderful. How with all that well-established system in place and high salaries, I gather, right? Very comfortable living. What problems Finland face these days?
Well, as I said, the healthcare system, it's been going through a reform for a while. That's a topic that is discussed a lot, because there are queues, there are issues with there's a limit to how much a person should wait until they get treatment, and sometimes in big cities like Helsinki, those can drag out. So that's definitely a thing that's being discussed. I guess also mental health care, there's a lot to develop there.
Talking about mental health, is Finland high on suicide rate?
I don't know the exact statistics, but I think especially among men, it's quite high, which is sort of contradictory, because I'm not sure when the last, Finland's been voted a lot the happiest country in the world or Europe. I'm not sure, but nevertheless, there's high percentage of male suicides, and in general, as in all around the world, I guess, or especially in Western countries, mental health is a big issue, and it's almost the number one reason for sick leaves and early sort of retirement and things like that. Yeah.
How do you explain it? Is it the weather? Is it the secluded nature of Finnish mentality?
I think you actually sort of nailed it. I think it's the sort of nature, the secluded nature or the mentality of Finnish people, very individualistic and individualistic, and it's easy to sort of become lonely, and yeah, this darkness that is happening now has a very bad effect on many people. Like through November, well, starts in October already, but November is probably the worst. So I think, yeah.
Is it dark all the time?
Well, it's like in Russia. It's here in the south. The sun comes up between at the moment between 9 and 3. There's light, but it's completely gray. You can't see the sun. It's very, it's just gray, and it sort of rains or snows a little. And after 3, it's dark, and you feel like going to sleep. You feel like the day is over. But further up north, it's just dark 24/7. So the further up north you go, the shorter the time you have light, and all the way up north there's no light at all in the winter. So everybody has these bright lights. We also have 2 of them, so keep staring at them all day.
Yeah, I noticed how you said here in the south, and you in Finland.
Yeah, here in the south of Finland.
Right.
In Helsinki.
Well, Klaus, I'm wishing you happy and full of light, and at least inner light. You have such a beautiful tree over there, full of light. Season of holidays that we face now, right? I see a lot of presents under the tree, so I want you to know how many people love you, and
they're not all for me.
They're not all for you. Klasha sent me the picture of the tree the other day. She calls it fatty. It's very funny. I sent it to my friend.
I'm calling it thick in English.
Oh yes, I sent it to some of my friends, and we noticed the presents under the tree, and it's not all for you. You sure?
Yeah, I wish they were. No, actually, those are mostly for our different family members. Yeah.
Some coming. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice already. So I hear you have rasp in your voice too.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not sure what it is. Hopefully nothing serious.
Winter.
Yeah.
Winter gets to us all, even here in Florida. Some more presents coming from different countries. So keep an eye on it. Probably it's going to be late for Christmas, but we can celebrate Christmas every day, all year long. Gosh, I'm so happy to see you. Thank you for sharing with us. And I think we should do it again sometime.
Sure, yeah, on some other topic. Well, Merry Christmas to you too. I also hope you get to, get in the Christmas holiday spirit and get to relax and maybe try to forget this entire pandemic situation happening here.
Yeah, it taught us a lot of good too. Would you give us 1 or 2 lessons that pandemic taught you that you would treasure and cherish for your life in the future?
For me personally, or like Finland? Me personally, well, maybe not taking anything for granted, sort of. And the importance of family and relatives. This has really brought everybody, like, sort of like paradoxically, it's brought us all closer together. So,
I agree.
And just how fragile, life is, and things like that.
That's a beautiful lesson for me as well. And
yeah,
you are my little sister always, and I treasure you and cherish you. And
likewise.
So grateful to have you in my life.
Likewise.
All right, babe. I'm gonna say bye, and
okay.
Let's say bye to our subscribers. And yes, please become our subscribers if you want to see my beautiful sister again. Like and subscribe, okay? And hi to all the family.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
Oh, why am I switching it off? Okay, bye.
Bye.